Lil Durk's case has caused tensions in Chicago, especially in his gang, OTF. The rapper is soon going to be arraigned in a Los Angeles federal court, and rumors surrounding him have everyone shaking. With news that his own crew member told on him, there's solid evidence that Durkio might also snitch on his OTF affiliates. Is Durk going to break the street code to save his own skin? Let's find out. Snitches in Durk's case. No one thought Lil Durk would be back in court in 2024 because the rapper had been making moves typing to leave the gang life behind. Just weeks before his arrest, Durkio had taken to his social media to reveal that he had turned over a new leaf and would not waste his new life after all his felony cases had been cleared. Everybody should get second chances at life. It's about what you do with it. Alhamdulillah, my background wiped and clean of all cases. I ain't a felon anymore. Who would have thought? I want to thank everyone who helped push my vision forward. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. The rapper posted, but now his past has come to haunt him. His initial arrest that led to the murder-for-hire conspiracy charge occurred in Miami, a shocking development that left fans in the music community reeling. Authorities apprehended Durk shortly after detaining 5 alleged OTF affiliates who were believed to have been involved in a plot targeting fellow rapper Quando Rondo. The intended attack tragically resulted in the death of Rondo's cousin, Lul Pab. As the details of the arrest emerged, the gravity of the situation became apparent. The charges against Durk are severe, with potential consequences that could alter the course of his life and career. Despite the daunting circumstances, Durk has decided to stand on business. It's being reported that the rapper intends on pleading not guilty to the charges. This new development in the case suggests a fierce determination to fight the allegations and maintain his innocence, even though he risks a lifetime behind bars or even a death sentence if found guilty of the charges. Insider reports have also revealed that he is in good spirits, and his only complaint is about the food in jail. Interestingly, the source also revealed that he's getting along well with the FDC Miami staff, as well as his fellow inmates inside, with those in the know describing the guy as super charming and agreeable. And it's not only the prison staff and inmates saying positive things about him, because even his 10-year-old son took to social media to stand in support with his dad. I want to take a moment to stand up for my dad, Durk Banks. He has always dedicated his life to uplifting others and giving back to our community through his nonprofit organization, Neighborhood Heroes. Beyond that, he is a great father who has always supported and loved our family unconditionally. Right now, he is facing challenges, but I want to affirm that he has not been convicted of any charges and remains innocent until proven otherwise. During this difficult time, I ask for your support for him and all the good he continues to do. I would also like to extend my heartfelt thanks to the mayor for standing with my dad. His speech was well said and truly reflects the community's support for those who strive to make a positive impact. Thank you, everyone, the post read. But according to fans on the internet, Durk should take a plea deal because the evidence that the feds have on him is shocking. Not only was there a rat in his camp, it seems that he might have snitched on himself on multiple occasions in his music and in interviews. One of the interviews that has surfaced of Durk telling on himself was done. But this isn't the only footage that's going viral, because Lil Durk actually snitched on himself on back in 2023 when the rapper sat down with DJ Academics and spilled the beans in the most obvious yet subtle ways. To understand the context of what he said, why he said it, and why he was actually telling on himself, we have to go back to 2020 when his best friend King Von was killed in a shooting outside a club in Atlanta. After King Von died, internet trolls were on Durk's case urging him to get revenge for Von with the popular phrase, "slide for Von." At the time, Durk openly said that he wouldn't slide for Von because of the consequences. In his track, Hearing Sirens, Durk raps, "My brother shot dead to violence. I truly think the feds around us y'all tell me slide, then turn around, then have the nerve to clown us. You ain't worried about lawyers. You'd rather talk about Tory and Meg Thee Stallion like them blogs, not your dog. You niggas turned to cowards." However, the slide for Von comments must have got to him. In his DJ Academics interview, he was asked what he thought about the slide for Von comments.
But you get triggered by the
beat
slide.
the shit out of this little ass, man. What are you
get
talking
triggered
about?
by the slide for Von comments. I don't know if people still say it. They used to say it, but you also mentioned a song. They'd be like, they be saying slide for Von. I think they trolling me.
Academics wasn't ready for the answer because what Durk said next left him shook. According to Durk, there was a reason why those comments suddenly disappeared.
For some reason, I just don't see the comments no more. For some odd reason. I don't know. Might be the water. You be seeing them comments a lot?
They kind of chilled out a little bit.
In the interview, Durk also dissed Lil Tim and said that Von didn't deserve to be killed by him because he was a nerd and not a real gangster like Von.
That shit fucked everybody up. Like when a real gangster, you know what I mean? When a real gangster get took out by like a nerd type.
Even fans couldn't help but notice that Durk had just snitched on himself. One fan said, "Let's be real, he been telling on himself." Another comment read, "Durk told on himself he didn't even have to speculate, he should have just said, 'I don't see them comments, that's it.'" What more crazy is that he also snitched on himself in his music. In the track Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy, Durk rap, "Look on the news and see your son, you screaming no, no, and all them hanging with him. If you know, you know." Durk was talking about Quando Rondo, who was caught on camera screaming after his cousin, Lil Pab, was shot and killed by Durkio's OTF shooters. In another track, Rumors, Lil Durk raps, "I don't want no niggas who you catch, I want the one I paid for." Well, turns out that Lil Durk really did pay for his ops to get murked. According to court documents, the feds have obtained information from Durk's iCloud where he warned the shooters not to book anything in his name. But his OTF crew didn't listen because they still went ahead and booked the flights using a credit card linked to Lil Durk and OTF. But Durk can't blame anyone but himself for his snitching spree because ironically in the track Rumors, where he brags about paying for hits on his ops, Gucci Mane, who is also on the track, warns him about snitching on himself in his music, saying, "Watch the shit you say. The feds be listening to the music and they gonna take your lyrics and build a case and try to use it." But Durkio isn't the only one that's been truth-telling, because it turns out one of his closest OTF homeboys has been neck-deep working with the feds. According to word on the street, a dude named OTF Jam played a crucial role in the investigation that brought down Lil Durk. It turns out that this dude had been released from prison in 2022 after serving 12 years for attempted murder. Apparently, he was an informant who had been cooperating with authorities for years. The craziest part about all this is that he wore a wire while around Lil Durk and other OTF gang members, which provided intel to the feds. Jam, a longtime member of OTF, was considered a brother by Lil Durk. During Jam's 12-year incarceration for attempted murder, Durk stood by him, providing financial support and ensuring that Jam's needs were met. This included covering legal fees.
That like Durk come through one time, that's sure. I don't give no nobody say like. Sure. I know I'm the real witness. Like
a lot of niggas can't say they ain't seen checks.
Taking my life, my whole time in jail, I was straight.
And if you think that Durk would abandon him after he got out, think again, because the Chicago rapper went the extra mile and bought OTF Jam a house and car and gifted him more than $50,000 in cash.
They say they gave you 50, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
More than that. Everybody more than that. But so, can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight.
Damn, this level of backstabbing is crazy work and has shaken the industry to its core. So much so that rappers have come out to speak on the situation. Rappers react to snitches in Durk's case. The Lil Durk case has been so wild that rappers and hip-hop commentators have jumped in to give their 2 cents. From 50 Cent to DJ Vlad, first up is 50 Cent, who is no stranger to the dangerous life in the streets. Having almost been killed in the early 2000s in a street beef, the rapper recently revealed that he gave Lil Durk some advice on street life, and it seems Durkio didn't listen. Fifth and Lil Durk linked up back in 2022 to make the track Power Powder Respect. During their time working together, 50 Cent took on a mentor-like role, offering Lil Durk invaluable advice. In a candid moment, 50 Cent warned Lil Durk to be vigilant about his crew. In an interview on The Breakfast Club, the rapper was asked whether he ever tried to talk to younger artists about not getting caught up with life in the streets.
Now, when you look at some of these younger artists and you see how they idolize you and idolize your music, and then you see them get caught up.
Yeah.
Do you have conversations with them? Like I remember Casanova, and you was trying to talk to Casanova, Troy Ave, and now Lil Durk. Do you have conversations with them and be like, I've seen this play before? 50
Cent revealed that he had warned the Chicago rapper and told him to watch his crew.
Yeah. And even with Durk, I was telling him, like when I had him, he was in New York. Then, like I was like, yo, this is them right there. It's the real shit, right? He was like, yeah. And I said, yo, just watch him. His crew.
It turns out, even back then, someone in Durk's crew was on some funny business because the Chicago rapper told Fifth that someone had leaked his address and he almost got robbed in a home invasion.
When you said that to Durk, what was his response to you?
He said, you know what? He said, somebody just came in my house. How do they know exactly what the address is? I don't give my address to nobody. Like, this is not, cause something happened.
The robbery in Georgia?
Yeah.
When India had to shoot?
He went straight to talking about that.
Back in 2021, Lil Durk and his girl were the victims of a home invasion that erupted in a shootout. According to the blogs, several unidentified individuals entered the rapper's home in the Brazelton neighborhood near Atlanta a little after 5 a.m. on July 11th and exchanged gunfire with Durk and his girlfriend, India Cox. Luckily, Durk and India were not injured, injured as they shot back at the suspects who fled the scene. Was someone in Durk's camp ratting him out back in 2021, or was it just a coincidence? Another hip-hop commentator who has made headlines for speaking on Durk's case is Vlad. His comments have blown the case wide open after revealing some shocking information. According to him, OTF Jam isn't the only rat in Durk's case. He took to social media to say that after reading Durk's indictment, his conclusion is that there are 3 snitches in the case. I carefully went through Lil Durk's paperwork, and there are 3 co-conspirators whose names are hidden. One of them was one of the 3 shooters, one booked flights for the shooters, and another one told OTF about Quando's location in LA. These 3 co-conspirators are probably cooperating with the feds against Durk and the other defendants. What's even more crazy is that OTF Jam isn't even mentioned in the indictment. His name coming up has been pure street gossip. In fact, the first time this rumor started was when King Yella, a rapper from Chicago, broke the news on his social media.
But I heard somebody named OTF Jam, they said they've been calling him a rat, and basically he said, okay, I'm a rat. Well, watch this.
Yella reps the GDs, meaning he is Durk's op since Durkio is part of the BDs. Maybe he is just trying to stir the pot and cause further division in Durk's camp. However, this isn't the only thing Vlad revealed about Durk amid the case. According to Vlad, Durk had proved him wrong. The hip-hop commentator had once advised rappers to get out of their hoods and live in different cities to escape street violence. According to him, no one would cross state lines to try to kill them. In multiple interviews, I've said that nobody would get on a plane to kill you. I said this because there would be so much evidence that they're guaranteeing prison. Well, today, I was proven wrong. Lil Durk was actually stupid enough to send 5 guys on a plane to kill Quando Rondo. They ended up killing the wrong person. And now, all 6 of them are facing life in prison or even the death penalty, he posted. Fans in the comment section came at him claiming that Durk didn't book any flights for the hitmen. However, Vlad already had all the receipts. According to federal court records, Lil Durk's associates allegedly learned that Quando Rondo was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. And on August 18, 2022, DeAndre Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and Asa Houston arrived in Los Angeles. They had traveled from Chicago to San Diego and then driven to Los Angeles, allegedly using funds provided by Durk himself. After the hit, the group then made their way back to Chicago, flying from San Diego. And apart from Vlad, Bobby Shmurda also weighed in on the case. The Brooklyn rapper is known for keeping it solid and not ratting out his homies. And according to him, the game has changed, and it's best to solve issues before deciding to slide on ops.
The game ain't the game no more. They playing by new rules out here. So you gotta just back up off of everything, papa. You know what I'm saying? And I want you to think smarter, like prevention before care. I want you to think of preventing something before you have to carry it, before you have to get in a situation and be like, I gotta figure this out, prevent that motherfucker. Start thinking like that.
He also revealed that the toughest looking guys in the crew who no one would suspect of being rats are the most likely to flip.
These out here snitching. These gonna be snitching and be the tattoos who trying. The niggas who look that's trying with the tattoos and all that other shit. We knew that's these kids, papa. You know, he's to be the first ones.
While Shmurda might be talking facts, sometimes like in Durk's case, it's the homies closest to you that rat you out. And Durkios isn't the only rapper whose close homies have flipped on him. Many rappers have faced a similar fate. Rappers who cooperated. When talking about cooperating with the authorities, one name always comes up, 6ix9ine. What's crazy is that he once tried to beef with Von and Durk, and when Von died, he was among those who urged Durk to slide for Von.
Why this not shooting? Let me be real with you. I don't see you on Instagram say, yo, Durk, don't slide for me. I discovered King Von. No, I don't want to talk about King Von. So I don't know.
Faced with 47 years in prison, the rapper decided to rat everyone out and deal with the consequences later. Although he had first pleaded not guilty, he soon changed his tune and cooperated with the authorities. It turns out he had his mind made up only a day after he was arrested.
At some point, did you decide to cooperate with the government?
Yes.
When did that happen?
A day after, November 19th, the day after we was taken down.
On the 18th of November 2018, 6ix9ine and 4 other associates were arrested and charged with federal RICO and firearms charges, including conspiracy to commit murder and armed robbery, and faced up to life in prison. He was part of a violent sect of the Bloods known as the 9 Trey Gangsters, a confession he made while in court.
Were you a member of any gang?
Yes, sir.
What was the name of the gang that you were a member of?
the 9 Trey Bloods.
Audio from the rapper's court testimony also had him confessing to the various crimes that the gang had engaged in. From drugs to assaults, 6ix9ine was all too happy to let the world know what the 9 Trey Bloods had been up to in the streets.
What sorts of things did 9 Trey members do?
We participated in a lot of, violent crimes, robberies, assaults, drugs, sorts of that nature.
And then came the moment of truth, the moment that would put the rapper into the history books as the man who folded under pressure and told. The street rapper who could not keep the street code. He was asked to identify members of the 9 Trey Bloods present in the courtroom, and let's just say that there is no honor among thieves.
Mr. Hernandez, do you recognize anyone in the courtroom who was a member of 9 Trey when you were a member?
Yes.
Who do you recognize? And if you can identify that person, could you identify where they're sitting in an article of clothing that that person may be wearing?
The rapper identified 2 members of his gang.
Anthony Ellison has a gray suit on. Nuke Ajuman Mac has the brown suit on.
And just like Lil Durk, 6ix9ine also paid to have a Chicago rapper killed. The rapper admitted that after beefing with Chief Keef on social media, he offered $20,000 to Kentea McKenzie, a 9 Trey gangster, to shoot his rival dead. McKenzie carried out the attack outside the W Hotel in Manhattan, although no one was injured. However, after the shooting, the fee was later reduced to $10,000 after 6ix9ine discovered that the hitman had only fired 1 shot and missed his target. His cooperation meant that he wouldn't fully be prosecuted for any of his 9 charges. Instead, the rapper was given a sentence of 2 years after his testimony. The rapper was released early due to concerns that he would be at risk in case of a COVID-19 outbreak in the prison. 6ix9ine is not the only one who has name-dropped his gang members while snitching. One of Young Thug's closest friends in the industry has also been caught on video giving the authorities information. Gunna surrendered to the authorities and he was taken in for various crimes, with racketeering at the top of the list. The judge received bond requests from Gunna and his boss Young Thug, but denied them, citing witnesses' safety and further criminal behavior from the YSL members. The prosecution claimed that witnesses received threats from Thug and other YSL members, and that they feared for their own lives and the lives of their loved ones should they testify against them.
He's the one directing traffic. He is the one they're all afraid of. He's the one that's king slime. He's pulling the shots. He is the most dangerous of the 28, Judge.
Gunna's frustrations piled up on him as his second attempt at getting bail was denied. It was at this point that the rapper decided to do the unthinkable. Many people were surprised when Gunna was released from jail. While there was speculation that he had been released due to lack of evidence, others were sure that he had snitched. Gunna's lawyer was on hand to defend him on Twitter, saying Gunna did not snitch to get out of jail. According to the attorney, Gunna's plea deal could not be used against anyone, including Young Thug. He even appealed to the public to stop spreading lies. Gunna insisted that he had not snitched. According to the rapper, he was not going to be a state witness, nor was he planning on getting involved in the trial any further. I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention of being involved in the trial process in any way. Not long after, a damning video emerged showing Gunna cooperating with the authorities.
Please state after each statement whether or not you agree or acknowledge that statements are true, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Gunna admits that YSL is not only a music label, but a gang. He further admits to witnessing some YSL members participate in criminal activity as a gang.
YSL is a music label and a gang, and you have personal knowledge that members or associates of YSL have committed crimes in furtherance of the gang.
Yes, ma'am.
Gunna's plea saw him initially sentenced to 5 years with 1 year served. However, a judge commuted the 1 year sentence to time served and suspended the 4-year remaining balance subject to conditions, including 500 hours of community service. After the video was released, Gunna's best friend, Lil Baby, who is also close to Young Thug, unfollowed Gunna on Instagram. Lil Durk followed suit. Many people from YSL also unfollowed Gunna after the video was leaked, even Young Thug's sister. YSL having a civil war beef on Instagram. Everybody in YSL looking at Gunna like, you the reason he in there. They all unfollowed him right after even Thug's sister. Even Lil Durk spoke on Gunna and called him a rat.
Do you believe that Gunna told?
Man, I don't sit up and play games, man. That man told. You should have went in there and kept your mouth closed.
Would you play Gunna? the club.
Would I play gun in the club?
Yeah.
No.
Durkio really doesn't like rats, but according to the evidence, some fans think he might cooperate and take a deal. We can only wait and see how everything turns out. Meanwhile, you can watch similar content by clicking on the boxes playing on your screen.